A university student wins 4 tickets to a rock concert in a radio contest. She has 10 friends who would like to go with her, but she can only take 3. To choose the 3 friends she will take with her, she puts the names of all 10 friends in a hat. She randomly chooses a name from the hat. The selected person chooses the second name from the hat, and the second selected person chooses the third name from the hat. The 3 friends whose name have been selected will go to the concert. The resulting sampling of 3 friends is
B.
simple random sample. Simply, they keep on selecting any one person from the hat. Okay, next. The Manitoba Liquor Control Commission is trying to decide whether they should decrease the cost of beer in the province of Manitoba. They sent a few representatives to various beer vendors and asked customers the following question: what is your opinion about the cost of beer? Should the best cost increase, decrease, or remain the same? Which of the following statements are true? The study will likely overestimate the true proportion of the population who are in the favor of lowering the cost of beer. The study will likely underestimate the true proportion of the cost. This is an example of leading question, or this is an example of convenience sampling.
Uh,
What are they asking? What is your opinion about the cost of the
E.
beer? Sorry?
I chose E.
E?
Yeah.
Okay. So it means means fourth is this is a type of convenience sampling. Yes, this one is correct. But this is the leading question. This is not correct. The study will underestimate the true proportion is not correct. Will the study overestimate the true proportion of the people who are in the favor of leading cost of the beer? Yes, they can. So 1 and 4 can be the correct answer. One of your answer is correct and the other one answer is 1. Okay, next. There are 8 Walmart stores in a large city. A Walmart executive would like to conduct a survey of the company's employees in the city. Which of the following sampling procedure employs the use of multi-stage sampling? Yes.
I chose C or D.
No. Now we are going to work on multi-stage. The executive randomly selects 3 of the stores in the city. Okay, they select 3 stores. From each of the 3 selected stores, they randomly choose 25 people, and the selected employees, there are 75 selected employees. So even this is stages. They are choosing by stage from every group. 10 employees are randomly selected from each store. This is not multi-stage. The executive visits each of the stores and interviews employees working that day. This is voluntary. The executive randomly selects 10 people. This is simple random. The survey is posted on a bullshit board in the staff rooms at each store in the city. Employers who wish to respond can send their comments to an email address provided. So this is based on the uh, respondent type of sample.
Volunteer.
Yes, voluntary type of. So only option A is the correct answer. The next 2 questions, 25 and 26, refer to the following. An experiment is being conducted to examine the effectiveness of a new cough drop. 100 patients, so they're talking about 100 patients with cold volunteer to participate in the experiment. A doctor places all patients' names in a hat and selects 50 of them to receive the actual cough drop and other 50 to receive a candy with no medication that looks and tastes the same as the cough drop received by the first group. The doctor will give cough drop or candy to the nurse who will then give it to the patient. The reported improvement for the 2 groups will then be compared after 1 day. How many of the following are used in the experiment? Randomization, placebo, replication, double binding, control group.
E.
E, very good. Control group is used.
I didn't get the question now.
No, Yes, how many of the following means all of the following are used.
Yeah.
1, 2, yes, okay, correct. Suppose that most of the patients receiving the actual medication report significant improvement, while most of the patients receiving the sugar pill report no relief. Can we conclude the medication was likely the cause of the improvement?
E.
Yes,
E.
because this was a properly designed experiment. Okay.
Correct.
Yes, correct. 27. In each, which of the following situations would it be possible and appropriate to conduct a well-designed experiment instead of an observational study?
A.
A study comparing the responses of Manitoba and Saskatchewan to the coronavirus patient, a study to determine how arthritis person's hands affect their gripping strength, a study examine how the strength of tornado affects the amount of damage caused, a study of how drinking green tea affects a person's memory. All of the above. So very reliable observational study is a study how drinking green tea affects a person's memory. This is very simple thing that green tea do affects a person's memory. Do or do not affect.
Wait, how is it a well-designed experiment?
Because they're saying that in which situations were it possible and appropriate to conduct a well-designed experiment. So obviously, because drinking green tea do have effect on the person's memory, because so this is a very common observation. So this can come to an experiment thing. But now about the other option, the study comparison, the responses of the Manitoba and the responses of the two people is something related to responses. This is not an experiment. A study to determine how arthritis in a person's hand affect their gripping strength. So this is something not coming to an experiment. This is that if it has the arthritis, if it is less, if it is more, what is the age of the people who are having arthritis, and so many factors are coming over here. A study to examine how the strength of that window affects the amount of damage caused. So in the strength of the window, age of the people, and circumstances, so many things are affected. So this is not an observational study. But drinking green tea do have an observation study of persons that has an effect on the person's memory.
Okay.
So D can be the correct answer. Okay, a gas station is planning to open a new car wash next year. The company will conduct an experiment to examine the effect of the tire of car washed, gold, silver, or bronze, and the brand of the soap, Auto Shine Magic Suds, on the cleanliness of the car. Each treatment will be randomly assigned to 20 cars. Which of the following factor levels in this experiment? Yes.
C.
C. Gold, silver, bronze, auto shine, magic sets. Good. Next. How many of the following statements about experiment design are true? Replication, okay. How many of the following statements are true?
C.
Means two statements are true.
Wait, 29? No, I didn't answer 29. Sorry.
Okay. You didn't answer. Okay. So they are saying how many of the following statements about experimental design are true? Replication experiment design is achieved by assigning several treatments to each individual. It's not necessary. Several treatments to each individual is not necessary. Regardless of how well an experiment is designed, it is never possible to conclude that observed differences in response are caused by different treatments. In experiment with multiple treatments or a control group is always necessary to make legitimate comparisons. It is not always necessary. Sometimes we take it, sometimes not. In a randomized block design, treatments are firstly randomly assigned to individuals and then individuals are separated into block. So, which of the following statements about experimental design are true? So none of seems to be much true, right?
Mhm.
So we can say 0.
Okay.
Okay, next. The next two questions refer to the following. A popcorn company would like to determine the optimum microwave settings for popping a bag of its popcorn. This will test two different cooking times, 3 minutes and 4 minutes, and three different temperature settings, low, medium, and high. Three bags of popcorn will be popped at each combination of factor levels in the same microwave, with the order randomly determined. The number of unpopped kernels will be compared for each treatment. Which of the following are in the factors are in the experiment?
I chose E or A.
A. So because the factors are the two things on which our entire discussion is dependent. So our entire discussion is dependent on the two factors, it is temperature and time. So A is the correct answer. Factors are any elements in any discussion on which our entire discussion or entire experiment is dependent. How many bags of popcorn are required for this experiment?
C.
6 bags?
Yeah.
Read it again.
C.
No.
Oh shit. Oh,
Find
okay.
them again. See, you have three factor levels, low, medium, and high. And then we have all of these factor levels at 3 minutes. Then we have all of these factor levels at 4 minutes.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's 1, 2, 3. So how many you will get? So first of all, you have three bags on low, three bags on medium, three bags on high. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then three bags on low, three bags on medium, three bags on high. 9. So 9 plus 9 will be 18. You have 9 bags for 3 minutes. You have 9 bags for 4 minutes. In total, it would be 18 bags. Got it?
Yeah, got it.
It's 3 minutes, then 4 minutes. For 3 minutes, we have three options, low, medium, high. For 4 minutes, we have three options, low, medium, high. And each one have 3 bags because it is written 3 bags. So we'll sum them on and we will get 18. So D will be the correct option, option D, 18.
Okay.
Okay, 32. A cereal manufacturing is trying to increase sales of one of its breakfast cereals. The marketing director plans to conduct an experiment to investigate the effect of the color of the cereal box and shelf placement of the boxes on the sales of the cereal. 270 grocery stores in North America that carry this cereal are available for this experiment. For each store, the color of the box, red, blue, or yellow, and the shelf placement, top shelf, middle shelf, and bottom shelf will be randomly determined. Total sales will be compared at the end of the 6-month period. The experiment is conducted separately for the 180 stores in the United States and the 90 stores in the Canada, as the manufacturer suspects results may differ for the two countries. What are the blocking variables in the experiment? Yes.
D.
D.
Yeah.
Yes, correct. Country is the blocking variable in the experiment. Good. Next.
Yeah, that's 32.
Okay, take a few minutes and complete how many. There are 50, I think. So
Yeah.
complete till 43 and we will again start.
Okay.
They are asking what are the factors in this experiment?
C.
Storage time and temperature. Yes. In the last experiment, there were two factors. Okay. Grapes shown in vineyard are used for making wine. The owners of vineyard would like to conduct experiment to examine the effect of storage time and temperature. So there are two factors, storage time and temperature. Okay. What are the treatments in the experiment? What are the treatments in the experiment? Yes.
B.
Uh, they believe different types of wine will react differently to the various treatments. So a randomized block design is used. 60 bottles of red wine, 60 bottles of white wine are available for the experiment. So storage time and temperature are the factors: 2 years, 3 years, 5 degrees centigrade, 10 degrees centigrade. 2 years for 5 degree, 2 years for 10 degree, 3 years for 5 degree, 3 years for 10 degree. So this is the treatment in the experiment. D.
D.
Did you get it? How D comes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 35. The experiment should be.
Videos.
The experiment should use 35. Yes.
I chose E.
Okay, scroll down. Two blocks, one with 30 bottles of red wine, 30 bottles of two blocks, one with 30 bottles of red wine and one with 60 bottles of white wine. So they are using 60 bottles of both red and white wines.
Yeah.
Yes,
So B.
yes, B. Because they're using 60 bottles of both red and white wine. Okay. Next. Next.
Second.
Every time the fire department receives a 911 call, the number of firefighters responding and the number of damaged are recorded. There are high positive correlation between the two variables. Does this mean it is better to have fewer the firefighters respond to a fire call? Of course not. Which of the following is a lurking variable in this course? Okay.
E.
Size of the fire, distance from the fire hall to the fire, neighborhood, value of the property, all of the above. So the lurking variable is a variable which is actually not present in the experiment, but it do affect on the experiment. So basically the department receives a 911 call, number of firefighters responding and the amount of damage are recorded. There is a high positive correlation between the two variables. Between
B.
two variables, no. Size of the fire.
Ah.
Size of the fire is the lurking variable. All other things doesn't matter here.
Okay.
Okay, 37. The manager of a large hotel is ordering new mattresses for all of the beds in the hotel. She would like to conduct an experiment to determine how the brand and the firmness of the mattress affects the comfort of the hotel guest. To conduct the study, several mattresses corresponding to each of the treatments are ordered and are placed in different rooms on one floor of the hotel. For the next month, guests will be randomly assigned to those rooms and will ask to fill out a short survey when they check out. What are the treatments in this experiment?
D.
Treatments. We're not talking about the factors, we're talking about treatments. So they will be checking whether the brands of the mattresses will be Sealy or Serta, or they will be soft, medium, or firm. They will be checking these three things. So these are the treatments. Sealy
C.
soft, Sealy medium. No, Sealy soft, Sealy medium, Sealy firm. Serta soft, Serta medium, Serta firm. So there are six options. Option B. Okay, next. The option that what you were choosing was C, but C is not a correct option. It is only using Celia, it is not using Certa. You have to use all of them now. There is no restriction.
Mm.
A tennis player is conducting an experiment to determine which brand of racket. Now they're talking about brand of racket, either Wilson or Prince, and which brand of tennis ball, either Dunlop or Penn, will maximize the speed of his serves. He will serve 20 times using each treatment, and the order of the treatments will be randomly determined. What are the factors in this experiment?
B.
Wilson racket, Prince racket, Don ball, Penn ball. This is very simple.
I don't get the treatment and the factor and factor levels. I'm confused in that.
Okay, come to the last one again, 37 one. Okay. So now basically treatment and factor level don't have anything much different in them because in the factor level, factor level is a thing that you understand. It is we're talking about what are the factors. Like here it is Donald and Penn and Wilson and Prince. And here it is Celia or Saita and soft, medium, and firm. But now
That's factor.
what are the treatments in this experiment means the same thing, yet what are they using in this experiment basically? So this is the same thing they are asking. Even if they ask the word factor here, we will answer the same thing.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, 39. This is an example of, okay, so
Guidance of
a florist
waste.
is interested in determining the optimal environmental conditions for flowers in her shop. She would like to determine how the temperature and the amount of light affect the health of flower. Each flower will be exposed to one of the two temperatures and one of the three lights. Treatments will be randomly assigned to the flowers. Now there are two different things in this experiment. The one thing they're talking about is she would like to determine how the temperature and amount of light will affect the health of the flower. So these are the factors. And each flower will be exposed to one of the two temperatures, either 20 or 25 degrees, and one of the three lights, low, medium, or high. So these are the treatments. They are giving the two different things, and this is exactly telling us the factors in the treatments. Treatments, when we randomly assign to the flower, the florists know the tulips will respond differently to the treatments. So she conducts the experiment separately for the two types of flowers. Okay, now tell me what is this is an example of. There are two factors. What are the
Yeah.
factors? Temperature and the amount of light. And what are the
Mhm.
blocks that or blocks means, what is the meaning of block?
I don't know.
That blocks means that two boundaries for those factors. Two boundaries for those factors are, for the temperature there is a boundary of low, medium, and high. For the amount of light there is a boundary of 20 and 25 degrees. So there are two factors and two boundaries, two blocks, or two options. Okay, so
Okay.
randomized, where is this with two factors? Three factors is not the option. Two factors and two blocks is the option. So C will be the right answer.
Okay.
What are the factor levels in the study? Okay, for 40. This is the easy one, you
Okay.
already know. What are the factor levels? 20, 25,
Temperature
low,
and light.
medium, high.
Okay.
Okay, next, 41.
Can't we just set temperature and light setting?
Sorry?
Can't we just set temperature and light setting?
Yes. Now temperature and light setting are the factors. There are two factors, temperature and light setting. But now each factor has levels. Remember, we studied there. Each factor has two levels. What are the level of temperature? 20 and 25. What is the level of um, light setting? Low, medium, and high. So in this question, they're talking about factor levels.
Okay.
Okay, there is a one word factor and another word factor levels. So sometimes we have the factors, but their factors are leveled 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2. This is the thing. In this case, we have two factors, and then those two factors are level 20 and 25, low, medium, and high. So we are talking about factor levels in this question.
Okay.
Got it? 41. A study was conducted and it was reported that a new treatment had been found to be significantly better than an existing treatment. Later, a critic commented that in fact nothing could be usefully determined from the study because the effect of treatment on the response variable was confounded. What did the critic mean by this? The results were so badly described that the critic was unable to determine. We don't know about the results yet. The critic left
Mhm.
confusion so as to whether the study was as an observational or real. Because of the way of study was conducted, the effect of treatment described was mixed up with one or more other variables. The purpose of the study was not clearly described. The results of the study contradict the results of the previous study. So let's read the statement again. A study was conducted and it was reported that a new treatment may be more effective than the existing treatment. Later, a critic commented that in fact nothing could be usefully determined from the study because the effect of the treatment on the response variable was confounded. So they were saying that the new treatment that they have made has no effect on the treatment study because response was not confounded. So because of the way the study was conducted, the effect of the treatment described was mixed up with one or two variables. So because the effect of the treatment was mixed up, so there was nothing confounded from that study. So this will be the right answer. This means this. Okay, next. A psychologist is conducting an experiment to compare the effects of five treatments, and 80 university students have volunteered to participate. 20 volunteers from the Faculty of Arts, 20 from Faculty of Science, 20 from Faculty of Management, and 20 from the Faculty of Engineering. The psychologist believed that student responses may differ depending upon the faculty, so he decided to randomize block design. So she should use.
I
So
can answer that one.
obviously there are how many blocks there are? 20 volunteers from Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Management, Faculty of Engineering. So there are four blocks. So 5 is not the correct answer, 20 is not the correct answer, 4 is the correct answer. So from 4, there are four options. 4 blocks, one with 20 art students, one with 20 science
Mhm.
students, one with 20 management students, one with 20 engineering students. 4 blocks, each consisting of 5 art students, 5 science, 5 engineering, and 5 management students. So what are they saying?
D.
Our psychologist is conducting experiment effectiveness to compare the effects of 5 treatments, and 80 university students have volunteered to participate. 20 volunteers. So 20 are the volunteers from Faculty of Arts. So 20 are the volunteers, so they are not going to select all 20 in the experiment.
Mhm.
So they are not going to select all 20, so they may select 5 from each of them.
Okay.
E will be the correct answer. Okay, 43. The head of Department of Mathematics would like to determine whether student performance in an introductory math course differs depending on the professor of the course and the time of the day course is offered. Two math professors, Dr. Smith and Dr. Johnson, are each teaching two sections of the same introductory math course in the same semester. Dr. Smith teaches sections A1 at 9:30 a.m. and A3 at 1:30 p.m. and Dr. Johnson teaches A2 at 9:30 a.m. and A4 at 1:30 p.m. At the end of the semester, the department head will compare the averages of the students for the four sections. This is an example of
C.
E, observational study. There are no blocks, simply observational study that they will observe about the different sections and the timing. Pine trees that grow in the dry forest of Arizona may be better able to resist drought if they can grow in the shade. A botanist conducts an experiment to examine the effect of light and water on the growth of pine trees. Now, they're light and water. Pine seedlings will be planted in a greenhouse. They will be planted either full light or reduced light and will be watered either once a week or twice a week. All treatments will be randomly assigned to an equal number of seedlings. The growth of the trees will be measured after 1 year. The botanist is examining two types of pine trees, Pondera and Epic. She believes the responses of the treatments will differ for the two types of trees. So she uses a randomized block design. What is the treatments in this experiment? So this is easy. Full light with water once a week, full light with water twice a week, reduced light with water once a week, reduced light with water twice a week. So the treatments is basically the factors that we have already figured out.
Okay.
Light, full light in the reduced light, once a week and twice a week. Okay, next. So basically, if they come back to the 44, basically, if they just ask that what are the factors, so basically, light and watering watering either once a week or is a factors, like these two are the factors. Okay, and if they ask factor levels,
Mhm.
then we can say factor levels can be full light, reduced light, and watering once a week, watering twice a week. And if they ask about treatments, then we just make the combinations: full light with watering once a week, full light with watering twice a week, reduced
What
light
about
with watering.
what about Ponderosa and Apache?
Yes,
Where would that go?
this is just examining two types of pine trees, Pondera, and this is types of trees, just
So it wouldn't go in factor
factors.
level?
Yes, it can go in factor.
Okay.
But in the treatment, it mostly happens if we just make the combination like this. Whatever the two things we have, we make the combination of with each other. Because we combine the two factors to make the treatment now, obviously. We will combine the
Yeah.
light and the amount of the water and it will make a complete treatment. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, next. Okay. The doctor would like to examine how smoking cigarette and drinking alcohol affect a person's weight. Now, there are two things: smoking cigarette and drinking alcohol. During routine physical examinations, the doctor asks her patients whether they smoke and drink. She examined the files of 50 patients who smoke cigarettes and drink alcohol and record their weights. She does the same for 50 patients who neither smoke nor drink. She calculates that the average weight of those who smoke and drink is significantly higher than those who don't smoke and drink. Which of the following statement is true? Basically, they're just observing that if the people will smoke and drink, they will have more weight, and if the people will don't smoke and drink, they will have less weight. So they are basically just observing. So it was kind of an observational study. So let's find out the right answer. It is clear that at least one of the behavior causes weight gain. No, it is not necessary that only one behavior causes weight gain. It is clear that both smoking and drinking, it is also not necessary. Little, if anything, can be concluded because the subjects are not randomly selected. Little, if anything, can be concluded because 100 subjects were included in the study. Little, if anything, can be concluded because this is an observational study. Yes, this is an observational study. Okay. E will be the correct answer.
Yeah.
Okay, next. For which of the following experiment will a control group be necessary? We would like to determine whether a newly developed medication is effective at treating a condition with no current non-treatment. For a particular condition, there currently exists one non-medication. A new medication for the condition is proposed, and we would like to determine whether it is more effective than the current medication. For a particular condition, there currently exists no treatment. Two new medications for the disease are proposed, and we would like to determine which of the two medications is more effective.
Um,
Control group. For which of the following experiment will a control group be necessary? For a particular condition, there exists no non-treatment. Two new med.
three.
Sorry?
Number three and
Yes, number three. Very good.
number three, and you have to choose one more.
Yes, we have to choose the one. Number three will not have a control group. Other two will have a control group. So one and two will be the correct options.
Why not?
So now just see why they will have a control group. They're obviously saying for a particular condition, there currently exists no non-treatment. Two new medications for the disease are proposed, and we would like to determine which of the two medications is more effective. So they will now observe about the two new medications. Already there was no treatment. For a particular condition, there currently exists only one non-medication. So one was already existing. A new medication for the condition is proposed, and we would like to determine whether it is more effective or the current was more effective. So this is something that we have to control about the one which was non. We would like to determine whether a newly developed medication is effective at treating a condition with no current non-treatment. So there's the 1 and 2 will have a control group.
Okay.
Okay, 47. A pharmaceutical company would like to compare the effect of different dosage of a certain medication on the elevation of headache pain in patients. A doctor will randomly assign one third of the 240 patients who volunteer for the study to be given a pill which contains 20 mg of the drug. One third will be given a pill of with 10 mg of the drug, and one third will be given a sugar pill, one with no drug present. Okay. All of the pills will look the same, and the doctor administering the medication will not tell the patients which pill they are getting when he gives it to them. After 1 week of taking the medication, the patient's reported pain relief will be compared for the three groups. The company anticipates the adults of different ages may respond differently to the medication, so patients are separately prior to the study of three groups: children, adults, and seniors. The experiment is then conducted separately for the two groups. Which of the following is not used in the experiment? Double blinding. So they're not
Double.
using any double blinding in the experiment. Okay,
Wait,
next.
what's double blinding?
Again, doing the experiment again and again.
Okay.
Okay, next. The group of researchers believe that drug imipramine will improve the symptoms of patients suffering from agoraphy agoraphobia with panic disorder. This will test the drug at two doses, 30 mg and 50 mg. This will use a placebo, also a sugar pill. It is believed that the effect of different doses of the drug will differ for older and the younger patients. As such, experiment will conducted separately for patients over 40 and for those 40 and younger. Within each group, one third of the patients will receive the lower dose, one third will receive the higher dose, one third will receive the placebo. A psychologist will assess improvement for each patient after the study. What are the factors in this experiment? Dose level.
Yeah.
Dose level are the factors, obviously. Okay. Randomization in this experiment should be used too. Select patients to participate in the study. Yes, we have to use random patients to participate in the study. Assist patient to the blocks. Assign patients to the blocks. Assign treatment to the patients within each blocks, and we will make the blocks for the patients, and we will assign patient to each blocks. All of the above. Yes, all of the above. For this, A will be the correct option. For this, D will be the correct option. Next. Okay. Toyota is conducting an experiment to determine the effects of the use of air conditioning and the grade of gasoline on the gas mileage of automobiles. A car will be filled with either regular or premium gasoline and will Toyota is conducting an experiment to determine the effect of the use of air conditioning and the grade of the gasoline on the gas mileage of automobile. A car will be filled with either regular or premium gasoline and will either have its air conditioning turned on or off. The car will be driven on the highway up till it runs on the gas, and the number of kilometers driven will be recorded. Because different models on the car behave differently with respect to gas mileage, the experiment will be conducted separately for each of the three Toyota models. So, three Toyota models, random and assignment, car 1, 2, 3, 4, with gas, air, and with the compare the mileage. This is all the experiment it was done. In this experiment, there are how many factors? 1, 2, 3 factors. How many treatments? 1, 2, 3, 4 treatments. How many blocks? Random in assignment, 2 blocks. So 3 factors, 4 treatments, and 2 blocks. Which option is the correct one?
3
No,
factors.
no. How many factors? Wait a minute. How many factors? 2 factors.
3. Wait.
This is the cars. These were the cars, 2 factors. How many treatments? 1, 2, 3, 4 treatments. And how many blocks?
Wait, Camry, Corolla, and Prius are not factors?
Kearney, Corolla, and Paris are the blocks.
They're blocks.
Yes. Random in assignment, because factors are always same for every block. So these are the factors, 2 factors, and 1, 2, 3, 4 options are the treatments. So 2 blocks, sorry, 3 blocks, 2 factors, 4 treatments.
2 factors for treatment D.
D. So option D will be the correct answer.